Hello, friends. My name is Aslam Sheikh, your host for this evening. I'm a founder and CEO of Aleph, a platform to promote the global perspective of education and career. This is our 92nd, yes, 92nd career talk broadcasted live on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn. Every Friday, we aim to bring in to discuss the topic that is important for you and for your career. For the benefits of the new viewers who are listening to our first time, let me quickly introduce you who we are and what we do. So Aleph is an award-winning education company. We have counseled over 23,000 students in the last 12 years. We've been named among the top 10 study abroad consultants by the Knowledge Review. Through us, you will have option of choosing 200 plus universities across 14 countries. We specialize into student scholarship, and up till now, we have distributed a scholarship worth 23 crore rupees to our students to pursue their dream courses in the dream destination. So, with this short introduction, friends, let's move on to our today's topic. And today's topic is a very, very exciting, very important, and a lot of time graduate students, especially, are finding it very difficult to choose what to do after graduation when they are looking forward to take up the postgraduate studies, whether it's in India or abroad. But this question remains common: that should I go for MBA, or should I go for a master's course or MSMA, or should I go for a PG diploma? And is there any difference between these all courses? So we are going to touch upon a very important, very simplistic way to identify that what you're needing for or looking for, and what would be out of these available options would be the ideal option for you. So with this, we will start this session, and if you have any question, feel free to write into your comment box, and we will try to address the question if we have a sufficient time, or otherwise, that on the screen you can write down our helpline number, and you can always come back to us for any of your queries, and our professional counselor will be there to help you. So let's start today's session, and I'll quickly present you today's presentation so that you can also take a note and have a look at what we are going to discuss today. So friends, this is a major question which stands in front of the graduate student. What should we do? How do we decide what postgraduate option should we opt for? And is there any difference? Because in India, it seems like overlapping. A lot of colleges who offers PGD, they say that okay, we are offering MBA, and it is okay to say MBA to PGD, and in the end give it to the students a post graduation diploma rather than giving an MBA. Many times I've also seen in the Indian environment that we have got MMS or master's degree, which is not exactly an MBA degree, but the colleges promote it as if it is an MBA, or they call equivalent to MBA. And that's the reason why it's very blur in India to identify that what is the actual difference between all these titles of the program. Is there any difference, and if it is, then what is the difference? So we will try to look at these differences from a study abroad point of view, so that it would be very easy for you to make a clear and right decision. So the questions related to this particular point could be for the graduate students and in the mind of parents also, that whether all these titles of the courses are same or they are different. What would be the duration of the course if I opt for PG as compared to MBA or MS? What would be the fee like? Is there any difference in the fee structure based on my choice? Or what are the advantages, or what are the pros and cons of choosing this title over that title? Right. So we are going to address these questions quickly in next 20-25 minutes time. So just pay full attention to your this session, and I'm sure that all the graduate students, school principals, teachers, counselors, parents who are watching this show would definitely get a clear idea by the end of the session that how do you decide that how do you select out of these title which is appropriate to you. So let's move on to a very first point. First of all this title belongs to call a post graduation program. So there would be a lot of overlapping even in my explanation, so you need to just hold on to yourself. It would look a little complicated in the initial when I move further and deep dive into the title, but I guarantee you towards the end of the last session or last slide, you would be definitely very clear. Okay, so first of all these titles are giving you a postgraduate qualification. As the name suggests, it comes after graduation, right? So we may be knowing the very limited version of the postgraduate qualification, but let me give you the overall picture that how does post graduation qualification look like. So These are the two groups I have made it for easy understanding. The blue group falls into a category for master degree. This is again a post graduation qualification, and the green group falls into a postgraduate diploma certificate courses. Again, falls into a postgraduate qualification. So these all courses are done after graduation. Let's look at what happens here. So when you commit yourself into MBA, MA, or MS, we will go later after this slide deeper into individually of these programs, that what does it mean to do MAs compared to PG. But let's look at from the bird's eye view, that blue group falls into a category of a master degree. So when you graduate and go into any of these programs, you get a proper master degree, whether it's MA, MS, MSc, or MBA, but you get a proper degree. Wherein the green group falls into a category of post graduation courses related to diploma and certificates. So PG, like post graduation diploma, it could be a post graduation certificate also. GC stands for graduate certificate. Some of the universities, some of the colleges in some countries like New Zealand and Canada, they are quite famous to offer graduate certificate or GD, graduate diplomas. Sometimes they will also call it the state diplomas, or the state of Canada. Let's take an example of Ontario state. So they will call it Ontario diplomas, right? So all these diplomas, not to just further complicate it for the easy understanding, this all falls into the category of GD or GC, graduate certificate or graduate diplomas. So PG, GC, GD, these are all the form of post graduation courses, but they are the what I call the light weighted program as compared to the blue ones, which are the heavy weighted program. Now what does it mean? Here when you commit yourself for a master degree, you are more committed as a student. For example, you would be having extra credit hours as compared to this green zone. You would be having the research work, which is a very very important and differentiating factor between green zone and blue zone, what you're seeing on the screen. So when you commit yourself for a master degree, any of these three, you are committing also to do a research work followed by a dissertation, whereby you have to write 15,000 to 20,000 words of dissertation, original research, which you have to do as a part of your course. You select a field of specialization or field of interest based on your background, based on what your goals are in your career. Again, we are going to touch upon the purpose later on, but here the commitment is heavy. It's genuinely you're looking forward to have a committed hardcore degree, which you are going to get at the end of the course by putting a lot of extra efforts as a student. In comparison to that, when you look at these green zone qualifications, these are all qualification minus research work. So generally you do not do a research work, you do not do a dissertation in any of these qualifications. That's why I call it a light weighted program. So many times students would want to test the education system in abroad. Many times students do not want to commit themselves to such a high demanding program like blue zones, which you're seeing. So maybe in these areas you would commit yourself with a lightweighted, low demanding programs. You test the water first by joining these courses, and then you make your decision whether you want to progress it from green zone to blue zone. That is possible after joining the university, or you want to complete the green zone and then get on to your career path. That is also possible in the certain countries, which I'll also highlight later on. So the basic difference what you're realizing is that it's a lightweighted course. In green zone it is no research, no dissertation, and easy to complete the program, and where in blue is a highly committed course. So that's a bird's eye view when you talk about a post graduation course, right? So if you have any comments and questions, please do write, and I'll try to address it. Right. So I'm listening, and I'm seeing the question of Samir Singh asking any PG diploma related to physics. Yes, there would be courses available in Canada, especially because as I go further, I will touch upon that which countries are offering PGDs or PG diplomas or GC or GD or green zone courses, and which countries are not offering PG but a master's. So yes, there are plenty of options. What you can do, Samir, is that you can just log into our website alif.in after, of course, after the session, and then you can find out your course related options. You can just search it out. Our edtech platform is very robust to give you the options within 1 second, right? Okay, so let's move further and let's go a little more deeper into this topic. So how do you decide on earth that how do you select which courses appropriate for you. And for this, I always ask the first question to our students, or you ask yourself, that what is my purpose to go abroad for doing a postgraduate course? Why do you want to go for a postgraduate course? Okay, if I ask you this on a blank note, it would be very difficult to answer. So let me give you some hints that what could be your purpose. Okay, so I defined these purposes into three zones. This is only for graduate students, mind you. So the graduate students looking at the screen, they may see that either they want to go for a postgraduate course because they want to have a domain expertise in a particular field. For example, you are an engineering student. Say for example, you are a mechanical engineering student and you want to go for a product designing, you want to go for supply chain management, you want to go for manufacturing engineering. So if you want to have a domain knowledge related to your field, that could be one reason why you want to go for postgraduate. Same thing, it could be applicable for general graduates like commerce arts students. They have done BCom and now they want to get into finance, marketing, investment banking, cryptocurrency, digital marketing, etc. Second reason why you may go for a postgraduate course in abroad is to get overall a broader business knowledge, not a specific set of skills related to one domain, but a broader business knowledge. So that could be another reason, that could be another purpose why you want to choose your postgraduate studies. That could be like you want to go, a very popular option is an MBA, because MBA gives you a broader business knowledge, strategical knowledge, or leadership enhancement knowledge in various areas. So that could be reason why you may be an engineering graduate, you may be a non-engineering graduate, and you want to look up to a broader business knowledge. That's the reason why you want to go abroad. And third reason why it could be is that you have done your graduation, and whilst doing a graduation, you realize, oh my God, this field is not for me. I'm not meant for this particular field. I want to change my career. So there is another reason why you would want to take up a postgraduate course, because now you want to shift or switch your career from point A to point B. And it happens, it's not uncommon. It's only thing is that you need to ask yourself this question. Like in my case, it happened. I did my commerce graduation. I scored very well during my time, 70 plus, and majority of the accounts papers. But in spite of that, my heart was not there in accounts and finance. I didn't relate myself that I'm going to go for MBA finance or etc. That's the reason why I changed myself into MBA sales and marketing. So this could be the one of the reasons why you may come from engineering or non-engineering background. You may want to get into people management courses like hospitality, HR. You may want to get into design management. You may want to get into information system management. So there could be various reasons why you want to switch over a career. Maybe because of your understanding of a course now that it's not for you, or maybe you have developed over the period of time an interest into some other field, right? So these are the three basic purposes. So you need to identify which one of these three purposes relates to you. So let's move on with me with this through this slide so that it helps you to decide what should you take as your master's option. So here's the answer, simple. So if you're looking for a domain knowledge, specific domain knowledge related to your field, then definitely you should eye to get into MS. In some country it may call MSc. Okay, so you go for MA or MS or MSc. And in very interestingly, don't get caught up with this title of the course, but some university for the same specialization, they may also put it into MA, Master of Arts. So it really doesn't matter. Arts doesn't mean that it will not deal with non-arts related subjects. So sometimes, as I said, no, it is going to get a little complicated, but in the end, I guarantee you that you will get very clear. So nevertheless, so if you're looking for a specific domain knowledge, let's take the example of supply chain management. You want to specialize yourself into supply chain management or lean management, then you may want to go for MS or MA rather than going for an MBA. Or you are a computer engineer and you want to get specialized knowledge into data science or cybersecurity or games development, then you may want to choose MS or MA. Similarly, if you're a non-engineering graduate, you want to get a specialized knowledge into banking and finance, insurance. Sometime you may want to get into luxury brand management. So these are the specific domain knowledge courses. In this case, you would ideally want to select MS or MA program based on what university is calling. Sometimes luxury brand management, for example, they may put it under MA and not MS, but it really doesn't matter. so far as you know that this is the domain which you're going to expertise. Let's move further. Suppose if you are looking for a business knowledge, you're an engineering graduate or non-engineering graduate, and now you think that, okay, I've done with my graduation in engineering field, maybe electrical, electronics, or maybe commerce, arts, science, but your heart says that you could be good, or your skill says that you could be good into a management skills. Okay, then in that case, you would rather pick up MBA as a generic program than going into a specific program like MA or MS in a specific field. Unless, again, one more clue here, unless you're 101% sure that this is the area you want to make a career, otherwise you will choose MBA. That's also another way to look at how do you make a choice. So sometimes students are very clear that, okay, they want to go for hospitality management, they want to go for design management, they want to go for cybersecurity. So unless you are very much sure, you should of course go for MSMA. But if you want to keep it yourself little open with regards to career, because you've not yet decided, or you're still confused, or you're not sure that which pathway you would like to follow, you want to, or you have a dual interest, you have interest in marketing and finance also, or finance and entrepreneurship also. So in these all cases, you would like to take MBA because it's more broader, and it is not like restricting you to particular field. I hope that's clear to you as we are moving further and getting the answers to your question. Third category, as we saw, that you are a graduate irrespective of the background, and now whatever you have done is not something which is really ringing a bell into your heart or mind, and you don't see yourself making a rest of your career in that particular field. Don't worry, it's very common. I mean, I have counseled personally through a career counseling more than 5,000 students now, and I've seen it's around 70 to 80% of time we may not like what we have done in our graduation. It's very common to happen, because most of the time we do not take aptitude tests at the right time. Ideally, you should take an aptitude test or test your skills in the ninth or 10th standard before you take up a major call for your graduation, right, for the which field you need to make a graduation. So if any of your friends or relatives or brothers and sisters listening to our program, and you see and you know them that they are confused, they are not clear, please do refer to them to Aleph, and whereby we help also the students to identify their strengths and weaknesses through a very modern test, which helps you to identify that which career you should select. Okay, so considering you're a graduate and you're not having your heart into the graduation which you have done, then you should ideally go for PGD or GD or GC, graduate diploma, graduate certificate. So these are basically a career changing pathways, or a program which allows a graduate from X sector to go to Y sector. And it's like a bridging program, which is, it's like a transformational program, which is accepting you, whoever you are, giving you necessary skills in this first year, which is a light course, preparing you, making your foundation ready for that another sector whereby you want to transform your career. So ideally you go for PG, GD, or GC. Having said that, there are some universities in abroad, they do accept students from non industry background to directly MA MS also. That's why I've just marked in blue that largely the rule applies that career changes go through a foundational course of PG, GC. But having said that, there are exceptions to certain universities. For that, you can call us or contact us, and we'll be happy to help you that how can you directly go, and in which cases it is possible, even for MA or MS, based on your degree. So I hope this is clear to you. Now let's look at immediately the country comparison, that what happens if you choose. So of course we cannot compare all foreign countries here because of the time constraint, so I'm just picking up three very popular countries and giving you a very bird's eye view again, just to give you some good idea, or taking the example of US, UK, and Canada, that if you choose MS, MA, MBA, or PGD, then how the program looks like in terms of the duration. So in US, MSMA is for 2 years, UK it is for 1 year, Canada it is for 2 years. Similarly, MBA follows the same duration: 2 years in US, 1 year in UK, 2 years in Canada. Wherein PGD, post graduation diploma, graduate certificates, are usually not available in US, UK, and it is mostly in Canada. So Canada is quite famous for these kind of PG program. So again, as I said, that you have to choose first why you want to do the course, purpose be defined, then you choose the country. This is where most of the time students make mistake. They straight away come with the country option. Oh, I want to go to this country, but you have not even gone to the exercise which I have taken you through in order to take a right decision. Here a question may come that most of the courses, if you see here in US and Canada for 2 years, where in the UK is for 1 year, why it's so, and whether that 1 year is acceptable in the industries compared to 2 years in other countries. Well, in abroad usually the programs are uh, judged based on their credit hours and not credit years. So years could be misleading. Say for example, you've done 2 years course, but in US you have gone only 2 days a week to a classroom, wherein in UK you went 4 times in a week to a classroom. So the student who've gone for 4 times as compared to 2 times in US is likely to complete the course in half of the time period, and that's the reason why precisely more contact hours, more classroom hours per week is in UK allow you to complete the similar program within shortened span of time. And hence in the end of the year, both of you students studied from US or UK have spent similar hours inside the classroom. From the industry point of view, you both qualifies for the respective careers, right? It's a very simple logical thing. So that might be the question in your mind, so I just wanted to clarify. So that's how it looks like as across the countries. Let's move further and talk about the fees part, which is very important. Again, that could be the reason why you want to choose the course when you define the purpose. So let's look at the fees. How does it look like across the three important and famous countries? So you see, MS, MA, or MBA in US would be between 24 lakhs to 40 lakhs. This is the tuition fee only, plus food, accommodation, etc. So since it's a 2 years program, naturally the course fees would be on a higher side. So a year fee I've calculated here is 12 lakhs to approximately say around 20 lakhs. So 12 to 20 lakhs a year into 2 years of course, that gives you a budget of tuition fee 24 to 40 lakhs. Where in UK, the advantage is that since the programs are for 1 year, hence naturally the fees would be lesser in terms of tuition fee. So the tuition fee on an average in UK universities would be between 12 lakhs to 15 lakhs. Sometimes it may be 16, 18 lakhs, but average fees would be between 12 lakhs to 15 lakhs tuition fee. And Canada is same like US, 24 lakhs to 40 lakhs, 2 years course would be the tuition fees. But with the difference that Canada, if you go for a PG courses, and that's why Canada is also popular, is why, because if you want to go for any course post graduation like PGD, graduate diploma, graduate certificate, the fees is much lesser as compared to choosing a master's in that country. So the fees would be 9 lakhs if it is just 1 year course. A PG can be 1 year or it could be of 2 years, right? So if you it's a 2 years, it would be around 16 lakhs. If it is 1 year, it's 9 lakhs. So that could be another reason why you want to go for PG over MS is based on your budget. So if your budget is less, you don't want to spend too much amount of money for masters over the period of 2 years, then PG remains another good option for you to spend less, wherein get a diploma level, PG diploma level program. So I hope that that helps you to again make your decision a little narrower as compared to before situation, and decide that what course title suits you and why. So we are trying to conclude now. So if you have seen everything, then let's you still ask the question that how do I make a choice now? Okay, let's take the case study and try to make a choice. Let's take a case study of an engineering student. He is an engineering guy. He wants to do a MS in say for example aeronautical engineering. Maybe he wants to do MS in electrical engineering, he wants to do MS in supply chain management. And then in that case he's very clear, a student or he or she is very clear that he's looking for a particular field of domain knowledge. Then definitely the answer would be he or she should go for MS program, not an MBA program. That's again a lot of time engineering students especially are very confused. Should I go for MBA or MS? So again, purpose needs to be defined first, and then the answer becomes very easy. So if you're an engineer looking for a particular domain knowledge by easy answer is that you should go for MS. If you're a non-engineering graduate, okay, and you're looking for a domain knowledge, then of course you have got the option of MS as well as MA. So as I said, luxury brand management, fashion management, accountancy, finance. There are MIS also, in management information system, which is open, which is a IT related management course, which is open for non-IT graduates. So if you want to be a part of this IT boom, then maybe you want to take up this particular course. So you can choose MS or MA if you are a graduate and wants to specialize in one particular domain. And third situation is maybe you are an engineering or non-engineering graduate and you want to have a broader knowledge. You're not sure, you want to dedicate your another postgraduate year into a particular field, but you want to be a broader, you want to acquire the business skills, you want to get into the management level of any industry relevant to your field or not relevant to your field. Then in that case your answer would be that you should go for an MBA program. Again, some confusion here is that sometimes MBA would be general, sometimes MBA also comes with the pathways and specializations, like MBA in healthcare management. So it sounds like a very science related course, but it's a management course. Again, most of the university keeps the door open for the general graduates, even for the science graduates to come in. You can be a commerce or science graduate and you can get into the healthcare management. And similarly, MBA in project management. Ideally, it is open for both all, but ideally it should be taken by the graduates from engineering background and they want to get into a project management. So likewise, there would be MBA which also focuses onto certain areas. But nevertheless, even if they focus onto certain areas, it would not be so focused as compared to MS, because by being an MBA itself, they have to teach you a lot of other aspects of management. Hence, the focus even in specialization in MBA would be less as compared to MS or MA program. I hope that's getting clear to you. And the last part, wow, sorry for that. Let me just run through the last part. Okay. So the last part is that you are a graduate and you are changing your career. And again, there is no issues in abroad. It is very common to change the career. In fact, people knowingly and consciously choose a different career every after 5 to 7 years. It's very common in abroad. So don't get shy that, oh my god, I have already invested my parents money into that graduation and now I'm not liking it. How can I go and talk to them, and how can I open up myself to do something else? Or will I be accepted in the industry? No, do not attach these stigmas to you. There are lots of industries which are very quite open for the students and to accept from a non industry background to go for a post graduation which is in a different field. So but you need to have a proper career guidance. You need to choose it very carefully. You cannot just jump on from point A to point B. So this is where, again, do contact us and our counselor will surely help you by understanding your scenario, that how and what way you can change your career. So you can take up any postgraduate course in which you are interested. Either you can get direct entry into that subject, or you can get an entry through PGDs or through foundation courses, whereby your skills is been developed through that course, and then you will be asked to join a full-fledged program later on. In that case, it may become 1.5 2 years course, but that's okay. You can still have a chance to change your career for the final time in your field. So that's how it works, friends, and that's the reason why the titles MBA, MA, MS, PG, these are of lot of importance. So just do not fall into prey of very shortcuts. Just do not Google it out, because it's a very overwhelming and confusing information. Sometimes I really laugh at some of the sites whereby they try to explain it in a very non-technical or in a way which is not relevant or not right in a most of the time. So do consult to only thorough counselors who are knowledgeable and who can actually understand your purpose, or they can help you to identify your purpose first and then connect you with the right course and country and college. So I hope that today's session was useful for you. If you have any question further, you can write to us on our email ID. You can contact us through our website, or you can just WhatsApp, or you can call on this helpline number. Our counselors will be more than happy to assist you instantly. With this, I would like to just read out the concluding sessions. So that's our helpline number, 9987099890. Visit our website. We have got a brand new tech platform. Just Google it out, just search it out. It's faster than Google and more accurate to give you the information which you're looking for. My name is Aslam Sheikh, founder and CEO of Alif, signing off with a promise to come back again on next Friday at 5 p.m. with another interesting topic and with some amazingly talented speaker, enlightening you on the subject that matters to you the most. Until then, stay safe and stay excited.